Hello, good evening, welcome back to the channel. Me, Dragonborn McQueen. Hope you're all doing well, legends. This is going to be the site of our Norse village / petting zoo. But yeah, I finished the Mead and Antler restaurant, as it's become known. And yeah, we've got it looks a bit good now, with the repurposed longhouse turned into a restaurant. Yeah, it looks really good. And inside I've used some Indonesian pieces, just to give it a little bit more of a nice design. And then I spent ages designing, a staff room. They complained it didn't look very good. I'd like to put some trees around it and make it look a bit more interesting, but this is the staff room. They can just chill out in here. Henry Hoover, but it's an elephant instead. Complete with Super Nintendo entertainment system. Or a SNES. Hello, elephant puppet, how are you? So today we're going to start work on the Norse village. Even if I just get the rough boundaries and a few buildings built out. I am going to pause it because it's going to make things easier. I'd like to build an arch leading into this area as well, but I'll probably do that off stream or later. Mind you, it's a little build, so we could possibly get it done on stream. Up to you guys, or we can start on the massive Norse village. It's going to have to be, what's the word? Yeah, it's going to be quite awkward to build. I'm trying to think how I'm going to do the fencing. So I'm probably going to go for sort of big log fencing in between each building, just to keep the animals inside. And it's going to be a walk-through attraction. So there'll be the big gates that the guests can walk in. And they'll be able to walk off the path and wander around and interact with the animals. Pigs, sheep, chickens, that sort of thing. And all the hard shelters will be, of course, Viking buildings, or Norse. I don't know how you want to say it, really. So I thought I placed that in the wrong place. Sort of getting a rough idea of what the base is going to look like. The ground isn't too flat here, but I want to keep that sort of hilly effect so it's slightly more interesting. So if I can find somewhere, there's got to be somewhere where the animals can get into it, but also relax as a boundary. Yeah, the animals can get in from both sides there, but it appears more interesting, doesn't it? Let's have a look. Yeah, I kind of like that. I have an idea. Hopefully it's a good one. Let's see if it works. Yeah, always the way. Testing things. No, edit building, please. Oh no, I don't want that there, like that. We want a square, although it's not going to be a square per se. Necessarily. Yeah, the trouble is if I get too far in I won't be able to do what I would like to do on the inside, so we are going to do that first off. Alright, okay, that's not what... Why did it jump into terrain editor when I was, Right, grab that please. Sorry about the noisy cars outside. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking log buildings in between. I may just build the base buildings. You know, sort of like the basic idea. Alright, I have an idea here. That's what I was looking for. Oh, well, no. I jumped across to a place I didn't want to place it. And to make it really nice inside, so we don't see that wood poking through, I've either got there floating or they're non-floating. Yeah, we'll go there non-floating. Thank you. Yep. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what it looks like inside. Just about to put a 2 meter on top of a 2 meter, which is pointless because you have a 4 meter building block. Yeah, that's our front, I'm thinking. And do I go long? Theoretically, this should be easy to rip. Whoever created those axes like that, and the fact that you can't select averaged orientation, which would mean it would rotate on the equidistant in the center of each object. It's basically in the middle, which is what we want it to do. That's my front entrance, isn't it? So sorry if I'm not saying much, I am concentrating. if you were thinking pigs, you might be correct. I don't know. Well, I don't know which animal this is going to be for, and it doesn't really matter because you can just put lots of bedding down inside, and various animals will use it. If I'm entirely honest with you, yeah. I was thinking we lift them up. Good. Oh, no. See, my concern is it pokes through into the shelter. It does. So there's no sort of piece that fits that exact sort of shape. I.e., you know, the sort of slope. It would be very situational though, wouldn't it? So I could lift it up, but even so. And the other thing is I lower that roof. I may have to. If that makes any sense. Yeah, so what's going to be happening underneath is I'll have to cover that up so that when you're stood inside the structure, it's just like it's got a lower ceiling than perhaps the building would have. Alright, I want to know which angle I'm at. Yeah. I thought we had another spin in it. To get it lined up. Alright, what we got going on there? Yep, that'll do. So I don't know whether we're going to stick a piece on top or whether I'm just going to raise that up a bit. yeah, when we come to detailing, it's going to be a bit ridiculous, but because there's going to be lots to work out. No, I don't want 2 metre eave. I want a 4 metre eave. I'm going to say it was in the just slightly off in the wrong place. So now see, we've got that, no not you, we've got that issue. But that's easily resolved. Okay, I'm trying to bring it down. I know it's really low, isn't it? I say it's really low. It's low at that point. What we'll do, just delete those. Okay. Yeah, I was trying to copy that across, and yeah, there we go. There we go. I mean that's good enough for our animals to sleep in. So I may add details off stream, just so you guys don't get overly bored. Or we may add details a bit later on. But I want to put some logs. I'm going to kind of mark out the area for this petting zoo. Yeah, to save me doing loads of logs all together, we are going to, no, we're going to have climbing disabled, anti-climbing paint on it or something. I've got Alvin sat behind me, which is not exactly very easy to lean back now and relax now that we're okay. Oh, it wasn't on local access. And that way, with the elevation changes and that, we should get some interesting yeah, should be quite easy to mark out the start of the boundary. Oh, and I discovered the bear problem. You know, it kept telling us that the habitat was broken. It was indeed. It deleted part of it for some reason. I think when I built that temporary barrier above and then deleted it, it deleted some of the other barrier somehow, in some way. But yeah, I managed to discover the issue. It was down by the waterfall, so I discovered the issue and I fixed it. What might be interesting is we're going to have Arctic wolves as well, so yeah, I'm just going to build out rough areas, and then these are going to be the shelters, and we'll detail them afterwards. So we're just going to get a layout mainly tonight. I keep leaning back and Alvin's right there. Alvin, be careful, girl. I'm gonna. So yeah, I'll probably bring the path off here, sort of fork off to the right. Fork. I said fork. All right. You know. Yeah. Create a fork in the road, and go in the gate there, and yeah, I want sort of trees around the outside so it looks. I may even create watchtowers, but with somewhere for like a shelter, a habitat shelter underneath. In fact, while we have that idea, well, let's bring our fence round a bit more. Let's create our path. I'm guessing we want a natural path, so let's. No, that's not what we want. We want that. Do you want downtrodden like it's? Alright, okay, we are gonna go. If we just slowly, yep, etch it out. We're going to go this way. We're going to miss the grass slightly. Barriers. So the kind of barrier we want. Oh. is like that. Yes. But at least we have the starting gate, and then we can add to, yeah, and then I can mark it out. What I'm mainly worried about, what farm animals, oh, sheep jump, don't they? So we kind of need to know how big a sheep is. Do we have sheep? Let's have a look. Sheep. Well, it's good enough. Is that in scale to the people, or is it? Let's have a look. Stand up, sheep. You've had too much to drink. Let's bring that sheep up here like that. Is it about the right size? Kind of, I guess. Actually, yeah, it's. I've only got him in half in the ground, but it's about right, I feel. I don't think the sheep are going to be able to jump it. Which is exactly what we want. And then we build a watchtower here, and perhaps have one on the other side, I'm thinking. And yeah, I want the path to be quite wide inside, because otherwise they get, I guess, all bottleneck up and get stuck in one area. Right then, theme, Arctic, do I build a platform? Yes, I do build a platform. I think we build a platform, we build our tower on top. Oh, I just realised the problem. Well, it's not really a problem. Yeah, I'm going to have to come up with a creative way of making that base so that A, animals theoretically couldn't get underneath it, and B, so they can't just walk out in between the tower and the side bit. But yeah, I'll think of something. So I was just opening the door for Scruffy. Oh, now Alvin's going to go out the door. Well, not the end of the world. Yeah, so perhaps use these logs as around the base. And I'm thinking perhaps a gate. So it doesn't look too out of place. But then we have a gate. If that makes any sense. And we can make a little shelter for some animals. A little hard shelter for them. Right, we'll go wood. Ah, yeah. Kind of glad I did that and didn't get further up and discover that the tower was... I'm not too worried, we can kind of hide that floor piece later on. I thought I'd gone back to the 4 metre. Does that look too big? Not really compared to the building next to it. However, I don't want it to be yeah. So the sort of animals we're going to have are obviously chickens, sheep, and pigs, and goats. I don't think we'll have Highland cattle, because goats would have been used for milk and everything else. They're quite hardy animals, goats, so yeah. Tough, sturdy creatures. So, put a balcony round the top, further up. Yeah, what we... I'm not liking the look of that, for obvious reasons. 4 by 2 meters. Right, okay. There, let's move snap it a meter. Yeah. Now, theoretically, that weird way of rotating might pay off. No. No, it hasn't at all. Okay, we'll toggle building access on. Yeah, once it's got design on there and everything else, it will look a bit better. I'm guessing these are going to be, well, I'm thinking these could be types of balconies almost, for you to watch from watchtower. Yeah, with the right, what were these? If only I can make these logs slightly larger, it would make my life easier. So I've got 5, let's go for 6. This is how to make it easier for ourselves. Just going to make sure it doesn't leave gaps, otherwise it will irritate me. There are slight gaps. Yeah, that's the thing that takes up a lot of your zoo complexity. Yeah, it's not too bad actually. I've just thought it could have been worse. Well, that's all we need to do on that front. So I'm thinking about putting a gate in here along the side with the barrier so that it acts okay. We're going to do climbing disabled. We don't want our animals to be escaping willy-nilly. So if we're, yeah, it's that's going to kind of work. So we're kind of getting there with it. So the base of the watchtower is going to have to be a lot. I was going to have the normal normal Viking fences, but you know, they're far too small. Even though theoretically they don't need to be taller than that. That post there, however, that's not how it really works, because it's, yeah, they'll end up jumping over. So I'm just trying to think how I can make it safe. Let's just lift all these up. In saying that, could do. So what I could do, no. Yep. And you've sort of got a walkway. It's not big enough for your animals to hopefully jump over. Oh, there's one way I can measure it, and I'm being a bit stupid. Yeah, back to Arctic. Where's a 2 meter? There we go. So now it's not quite tall enough, is it? If we're entirely honest. That's not far off though. That wasn't bad for just eyeballing it. Yeah, it's quite good. I kind of like that. Oh, evening, Ashley. How are you? I'm building the petting zoo bit area. Yeah, I'm just getting the basic layout at the moment for the petting zoo. these are going to be the animal shelters. Yeah, these are going to be the animal shelters, I think. Yeah, we've got the mead and antler finished as well. And I built this as well. The staff were complaining that the staff room wasn't very good, so I did that to it. Like, what do you mean your staff room's not very good? And we've got a name for the actual village. Vetraheim. Looks like a building in Oblivion. What a building with like the dirt on top of it. Yeah, that's kind of a... I don't know whether the Norse did that, but they did have buildings similar in shape and design, sort of normal huts, so they may have done with earth on it. But yeah, probably not going to add details tonight. Just going to get a rough. But I have worked out how to do petting zoos. It's incredibly easy. Yeah, it's incredibly easy to do petting zoos, so that the guests can just walk in. You just need to put one of those stations down, and guests that use it, basically use it like the hand sanitizer, can go and interact with the animals. But if you put animals that are scary in there, as I found out earlier, they will not come in. They'll see it and run. Because I had some red deer in one of my enclosures earlier, and I didn't realise that red deer were not petting zoo friendly. I soon found out. I'm just thinking, do I want a little stream running through my village? That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, we went to Flamingo Land not long ago, but we didn't walk around the zoo bit. That leads to the bears. What, down here? No, this leads to the bears here. I still haven't done the bear cave. So the bears needs finishing off. I have done something in the bear cave though. It's very dark. But yeah, so everyone comes down here for the vending machines. They don't come down here to look at the bears though, which is a bit stupid because the bears are directly there. Oh, well, hang on. Water stream that leads down to the bears. Oh, what? Do it... Oh yeah, because this is there, so what, the stream kind of make it run like down here, because I was kind of thinking it's more mountain, yeah, you know what I mean. Glacial melt, that's it. As the snow melts off the mountains, it just trickles down. Kind of the idea I was thinking. So just I don't like that being all the same length. No, not climbing enabled. be here sometime. But it looks slightly better than having them all the same length. I just thought I'm going about this the wrong way. Build smart. What we'll do so we're going to build smarter and not spend ages doing the same thing. I'm doing challenges. I jumped on and did my challenges earlier. I think it's better than it is on the Switch. The original Switch, I mean. But also, it depends how, if is the Bluetooth better on there? Depends how how well it picks up the internet and everything. Because I know that was the big problem my boys had. They'd be upstairs, and it wouldn't pick up the internet very well. Yeah, it's much better. I got both of them. Yeah. Right, we're just gonna adjust these to a height again. Yeah, it's looking much better now. Yeah, that is much nicer. I'm only at level 11. I need to sit down and play it for a decent day or afternoon or something, But I'm sure I'll get to 200 before the end of the season. It's the ranked as well. I might try and do ranked towards the end once I get to sort of like level 150. Yeah, so that's a basic shelter at the moment. We might build a... Yeah. I like this style of building. 20, blimey. You're thrashing me. And I've still not got a win umbrella. I'm just... this season I'm just like, nah. I think doing the 100 crowns kind of took it out of me last season. Because that was a bit nuts, if I'm honest. Mind you, I didn't have to do it, but occasionally we do these crazy silly things. Like trying to get to Unreal by emoting. Loserfruit did that recently as well. And when she was getting all peed off and I just want it to be over, I could kind of relate, even though I know 100 crowns is nowhere near the same. But when you have days where you're just, you feel like you're getting somewhere, but then you get a step back. So I'd get a win, and then I go to get the crown win, and just never get the crown win. And that just kept happening. And I had a few days like that, and it just gets to the point where you're just like, what do I have to do? I'm gonna tear my hair out here. I'm kind of glad I Oh, the Death Star pickaxe, yeah. Well, that's a good thing to have. My son got that as well. It's alright, my son came in with Alvin. I'm thinking chicken coop here. That's what I'm thinking. So, hello Scruffy. Thought I heard a cat. Inverted. No, I don't want that. No, I've done that the wrong way round. Perfect for keeping chickens in, look at that. Perfect shape and everything. The chickens live in a house, a very big house in the country. Draw parallels with if I have pigs in here and they're living in houses, you could draw parallels with Animal Farm, which perhaps not a good thing, since that's about socialism and things. Okay. But yeah, once I've got all the shapes done, then we can add details afterwards. Once we know what the zoo / Norse village looks like. That won't work. I could, yeah. So I'm confused. No, I'm not. I was confused for a second, but so you've got to see, I'm not too bothered about the Halo characters because I haven't played the Halo games, but I think there are other characters and skins that look more interesting later on. So last season I was kind of motivated to get to Haley, whereas this season I go in and sometimes I win, sometimes I lose, and I'm not particularly, I'm sort of not fussed about it. Kind of like, oh well. Like I kept getting second earlier in Blitz, and I was just like, oh well. One time I got second though. I didn't even realise I got to the end. I didn't realise that it was only me and one other player left. Oh, okay, that's not what I wanted. Is that what I wanted? I think so. So I burnt out Fortnite. Yeah, possibly. I don't. Georgie was on about joining me though on stream, and I think that could be fun. You know, just larking about and not taking it too seriously. We need to put a platform running up there, because otherwise the chickens won't be able to get in there. You can't actually... Oh, I have played OG, yeah. Yeah, there's new OG, isn't there, this season, so... I mean, because I used to play with Lodge all the time, didn't I, so... World access. No, I don't want you, I want... that really annoys me sometimes, so... No, I have unselected that piece, and I want to select that one. Thank you. See, that feels really low to me. Feels too low, and that the sheep could jump it. It's the sheep that are the main issue. They're the jumpers, the woolly jumpers, you know. Get worried about them. Get concerned about them. So let's go for 8-meter logs. Oh, I kind of like these. Go into Brick Life and just wait. Yeah. I did manage to do the challenges. I actually started looking and I was like, okay, I've got to actually... I think I had to take some people out with with SMGs and that. I mean, I had some moments where I had good weapons and things, so I was enjoying it really, and I had some good battles. But then I'd be fighting like 2 players, and then somebody come along and third party me, and I'm just like, you know, seriously. And they'd get the win, and they'd do this silly little emote, and I'd be like, you're not even good, you know, you're just a vulture. Or they'd stand there and hold their crown wins, you know, woohoo, I've got 3 crown wins this season. To which I'm thinking, whoop-de do. And he swore then, but I'll refrain. Okay, we'll stick them together, please. Yep, thank you. You know, that's sort of Blitz experience, really. Although I do like the new Neo Tokyo bit. I just wish the whole map was a bit more like that. How I keep dying is people jumping around really high like mad, and they're using the pistol shotgun. Yeah. It's always some BS, isn't it? What's the matter, Dave? Dave, what is the matter with you, eh? Coming in and meowing at me as if it's the most important thing. as if she's a poor, deprived cat. Oh, Storm Beast, yeah. I've got a video to upload where, from Blitz, where somebody tried to use Storm Beast on me. And didn't succeed last season when I was a bit more on it. You know, the outtakes from the 100, I kept saying I was going to go into upload that, and I've got one ready to go now, so I'll either upload it, well, probably up Tuesday now. And I've also got some new Blitz wins. But yeah, I haven't kind of thinking of forest in between here, so like a wooded area, a forest, a wood or something just here along the mountainside. I think it will give a nice backdrop when you're actually in here. So that's our chickens, that's our pigs or goats. Probably goats actually, because the ceiling's quite low. I don't know. That looks like a natural walkway really there. So might have just a stream running down here. We'll see. Okay, the moss is only on one side. Are these dynamic? No, is the answer. But it kind of makes sense that the moss would be on one side, as long as I make it nice and woody out there. Yeah, got to put a run up to here as well, so I can put the chickens in there. So perhaps one more hard shelter, and then that'll be it. The rest will be mapping out the actual area. It's going to have to be a big area. Think about it. If we're going to have pigs, sheep, chickens, Sussex chickens. Let's have a look. I don't think donkeys or cattle are very good. We won't have them. Oh, sorry. Just caught the mic. Scruffy's behind me now. There's always one. Yeah. Perhaps some mountain glacial melts coming off into the into a penguin enclosure. I'd like polar bears as well. Oh, we've got alpine goats, so we're gonna have goats, pigs. Yeah, I thought looking through here, goats, pigs, sheep, and chickens. I think that's about it really. That's about all you need. I mean, you can have the American standard donkey, but you wouldn't have had a donkey. Arctic foxes. Yeah, I'm wanting Arctic foxes in, and we want Arctic wolves. And let's have a little enclosure with Arctic fox as another part, like a fenced off part. So you go through the gate, and you've got habitat there. Yeah, and Arctic wolves. Not exactly the smartest idea to keep Arctic wolves right next to sheep, but I'm going to do it anyway. Or perhaps have the Arctic wolves in the wood, a sort of forest wooded area, and then possibly polar bears as well. I think polar bears are in this. Let me have a look. Dull sheep. Alaska, you were saying, British Columbia, Canada. Alright, well they're not on our list then, are they? Alpacas as well. You can have them, but you didn't really hear of the Vikings keeping many alpacas, really. I wouldn't have thought so. Oh yeah, that famous creature that they put on their sheep, the alpaca figurehead. Yeah. Deer are a bit of a no-go because they've got dangerous antlers as well. Yeah, Hill Radnor sheep, that's the guy. He's our sheep. Oh, look at that. Domestic sheep from the UK, found in Wales and England. The name is reference to its location of origin, the Highlands of the historic Welsh country of Radnorshire and surrounding areas. It was likely developed from other native breeds. Yeah, there we go. 3 to 50. Well, we won't have that many in our Oh, it can live with alpaca, Highland cattle, Alpen goats. Will be enriched by sharing their habitat. So goats, sheep. So Sussex chickens. See, it's really good that it shows you which ones that they benefit from being with. Right, so I want to check out the chickens really. Oh, koala bears. Or koala bears, and a Komodo dragon. Yeah, and little penguins or blue penguins. Also known as the blue penguin. Yep. Coastline in the surrounding oceans of southern Australia and New Zealand. It has dark blue feathers dorsally on its back and white feathers ventrally. And yeah, they're really cool. Having seen a few in my they do not like sharing their habitats with any other animals. So I didn't know they were also called little penguins. I've heard them called blue penguins and fairy penguins, but never little penguins. Yeah, oh yeah, the Zoopedia I think is absolutely brilliant. Oh, swans, I didn't know we had swans in there. Well, I might have to have swans in. I like swans, personally. Oh, there'll be red deer, fallow deer, wild boar and wisent. Nice in your other park. Oh, what, the one with the moat, you mean? Yeah, putting swans in there. Yeah. It's just because some of these packs I haven't even looked at. I don't know what's in the pack, so I've not really looked at the animals. There's just a massive list. Anyway, we were looking for the Sussex Oh, palace cat, proper little species of cat. Oh, really cute. They do not like being with other people. Also known as the Manil. It's a small wild cat native to Central and East Asia. Awesome. The details though as well. You know, that's a computer generated image and they look really... Right, Sussex chicken. That's what I'm looking for. Stop getting distracted. Red fox. I've seen loads of foxes. We get foxes wandering up and down our street. And also, when I was at my mum's, I came home from work one night because I was working. Yeah, it was sort of. Oh, we've got sand cats as well. That's cool. I was working like into the evening, so I'd come home like about 8, 9 o'clock at night. And one night I was walking home and I could sense something next to me, and I turned round and there was a fox in someone's garden. So I grabbed my phone and quickly took a picture of it. Yeah, Sussex chicken, so that's the one. Obviously from Sussex, that would make sense really, wouldn't it? They like living with pigs. So the Tamworth pig. So yeah, that is perfect. We've got the Sussex chicken, the pig, but they can all go in one area. That's the good thing. So I need to build another enclosure. I don't know whether to build it here or... Because I think they'll need lots of... Might build it over here. But in saying that, it's a steep slope, so I want flatter ground to build it on. So this is kind of flatter ground. It is, yeah, they'll need lots of space to roam. So I can't see us getting any animals in there tonight, but... Right, I wonder if we've affected... Oh, I didn't realise, but I made a nice sort of snaking path there, haven't I? It's kind of nice. And I can use the sort of fake facade buildings as well, like this that I've built. That serves no purpose whatsoever. I'm kind of thinking... I don't know whether you can... in this interactive habitat have shops. I don't see why you couldn't. And if that's the case, we're going to have shops, bins and places for people to sit, I'm thinking. So it'll be a fully interactive experience, because the pigs will come and steal your food, you know, so... We might be able to get away with it, that's what I'm thinking. And if we can, it'll be good. It'll be really sort of sell that Viking Norse village idea that we're going for. I mean, this is just tiny. It's gonna have to be fairly big. I don't know, but yeah. might just have a stream running, because it makes sense for it to be running down there. So just have a little stream running down here, and perhaps I know we could put a shelter over there. We'll get there. I'll work it out. Something, it will come together, and this has got to be fixed up. But when I do the other details to the chicken coop, we should I should be able to block that off to stop the chickens escaping. Yeah. 90. I don't think guests would flee from chickens, but they might get into trouble if they end up in the bear habitat or something, or the wolf habitat. Yeah, the wolf habitat seems really small. The bear is massive, that habitat. But they complain about the fact that they can never see the bears. It's like, well, if you walk around, you can actually see the bears. 2.6 years old. Juvenile. Rabbits. I have not looked into rabbits. You might be able to have in exhibits. That's a good idea. Some conies. We'll have a look, shall we? I'll use the search option, and I'm going to have a quick break after that, because I want to grab a drink. Although I can't be too late because I've got work tomorrow. No rabbits. Well, let's try rabbit. Ah. No, no hares either. Alright, well, exhibit animals. No. It's mostly about conservation, so that's probably why they're not in there, because they're not endangered species, really, or living in environments that are threatened or anything. So I'm guessing that's why we haven't got hares or rabbits. But you would think the Arctic hare would be in there, because their entire in a nice snowy Arctic hare. Anyway, don't go anywhere, people. I am going to be back shortly, marking out perimeter and trying to add another hard shelter. Although, because we've got sheep, goats, we're thinking sheep, goats. So we've got like a little one there. You can get multi-species in one, so I'm not too worried. Chickens, so sheep, goats, pigs, chickens. That's all I was thinking. Nothing more than that. We're not going to need to go like crazy like. But yeah, just have a zoo and a few other bits. Have a few shops as well selling just drinks. I might just sell drinks up here, just so. And to have a toilet right outside, but not outside the front, perhaps outside the back, because we want the, you want the majestic walking up there kind of look. And I might build a path that goes up. Oh, it's gone into super slow mode. Can you stop doing that? For some reason it goes into that. Yeah, thank you, game. Yeah, sort of coming up here a path as well. We'll see how we get on. I don't think our complexity meter is going to be too high at the moment. I think this is quite, yeah, I'm only at 14% for complexity, which is crazy. You think we've got another 85% to play with, just over. So, so even if we get to the point where it's finished and we go on to franchise, we could always return to it. Return to, you know, the ecological park sandbox at a later date. Once the Norse village is in there, so we could add penguins, snow leopards, we could add loads of stuff really, couldn't we? Anyway, I am going to have a quick break. I will be about 5 minutes, no longer, don't go anywhere, and I will speak to you all in a bit. So no rabbits or hares. But I was thinking perhaps we need a souvenir shop as well. I might build a building here, because otherwise it's going to look a bit sparse on this side. It's just the slope's a bit of an issue, isn't it, really? Mind you, I can build a ramp that the animals can walk up, providing they can walk up them. And also, with this, when I put bedding in, it's going to flatten down the terrain. But there is a way you can do it so that it won't do that, which is you just get a path. Hello, what are you doing? No, I just want you to place a path in here. You basically place a path down. No. And then if I go to no, not facilities, habitat, that's it. Turn the blueprints off. And just get a large bed in. Can I? Oh. Yeah, it won't let me. Yeah, then it doesn't affect the oh, it's jumped all over the place. Thanks, game. Yeah, it's a bit too floaty. Let's so if we go, oh, that looks awful. Onyx is my favourite skin in the past. Which one's that? Is that one of the... Now I want to load it up and have a look. Now we just come in, go path. And we delete it. Yep, there we go. Ramp for our chickens. I'm gonna have to put some supports on it, I think, because climbing enabled. Definitely want climbing enabled, because otherwise the chickens won't get up here. Or whatever else decides to make that its home. There we go. I'm going to need to put some supports on it and everything, but at the moment I'm just getting a rough idea. I'm kind of thinking I need a building here, but I'm just trying to think through in my head how we're going to make it. Because look, we've got a problem already. Yeah. Okay, that's jumping up a bit too high. Sort of thinking a balcony there. Yeah, that's a beam. I don't want that underneath. It's a shame that I can't. Yeah, we're going to have to go for. They're all separate pieces still. And let's stick that together. No. Stick it together. I'm probably going to put this building on stilts. I don't know what's going on out there. I don't know, it's banging about. Yes, I'll probably put supports underneath, or I'll build like I have over here with the wood. Climbing disabled, or yeah, they won't need to climb on that, so that's alright. Yep, I thought there was. The problem is with this, I can foresee already is that you can't create water on an angle. So if I want to create a stream, I may have to use just water effects. Okay, we're going to need that the other way around because it would not work. Otherwise. Yeah, that's the correct way to go. May just have to delete this water temporarily. Okay, you're not letting me. Oh no, because it's in terrain, you have to delete water. You just have to go onto the water tab and remove it like that. So there's various different ways of doing it in different Planet games. In Coaster, you can just select the delete tool. and delete water like that. Yeah, thought it might add back in some grass at the bottom there. Definitely don't want any grass. Yeah, so we can connect that into there. And if I put supports on the bottom and things, yeah, it will look quite good. It will look like it's not in there. The thing is, people might be wondering how I'm thinking of covering the do we go like that? So just, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So as an effective hole for the water to run through with water effects, and then add in rocks around here and stuff. It will get there. So if I do what similar to what I did here with this fence, but just have it at the bottom as a support, and then we can run a mechanism out of here and add supports on the other side as well. With water effects running off it and everything. Yeah, it'll look quite good. I hope. Or at least that's the theory anyway. Kind of thinking we need the taller fence because we're dealing with a lot more hilly, mountainous terrain. I might add heaters into the areas as well, into the sleeping areas, just so the animals don't have to have somewhere where they can keep warm. There was a gap there and I could see it. So if I can, I don't want the whole barrier to be like straight in any places. It's just going to take ages to build out this barrier. Yeah, I did want a shop in here as well of some kind, or at least somewhere to grab a drink. And I can't really decide what I'm going to do with the roof of this building, but I will think of something, no doubt. As I say, I'm just getting a rough plan for what we're doing at the moment. Okay, let me think. Little coffee shop or something, but I need space for a queue. I'm not even sure if this will work, but normally you could put a Street Fox coffee counter in, but I'm not going to. I'm going to put, yeah, I'm going to put that in there. There we go. Do not panic. before I have an idea of how I can cover that front, let me have a look. And just see if it will work. And it does. I could just need to sort of disguise it a bit more. There's a clear line where the other two pieces are stuck over. I could just use a half wall, but it involves a lot of lining up. But that is an alternative way of doing it. That's what I'm kind of thinking at the moment. This building. That style of building. And that's way too big in height. We can I didn't realise it was on 15-degree increments. Actually, just thought okay, I want to measure that with the ground. I'm just going to prove very... Oh, no, that's the correct. That's not difficult at all then. Yeah, it's quite a nice little coffee shop. Shell. I don't need to open it until we're well and truly ready. Actually, I quite like that. So we might stick with that for now. It gives it slightly more shape. Couple of problems there, that's not close enough. And I may just have to break a few bits off here. Let's yeah, it's beginning to get there with all the greenery and stuff. Oh, sorry, caught the mic again. Yeah, with all the greenery and everything else, this weekend's gone fast. It has, yeah. I've been mostly doing this. I am getting a bit tired, to be honest with you, so I'm probably going to end streaming a bit. Also, being really hot does not help. So I'm probably going to call it a night soon, actually. And anyone else watching, which is a shame, but yeah, so we've got a shop there. I just don't think we could put toilets in. Barriers. Same, I was falling asleep. Ah, see, so my word. So I've got a lot of work to do. Although a lot of it is just going to be open area and plants and things. Once this area is finished, the village area is going to be right at the front more than anything. I can put interesting scenes in and things. Probably, I don't know. I may do some Fortnite. I've we ought to get back to Planet Coaster 2. I've also got Oblivion to do, but I'm kind of on a roll with this, and I'd like to get the zoo actually finished. I mean, what are we... There we go. Settings, I think we're probably only at... Yeah, we're at 15% with all that added in. Once the animals though and the stations, I think they're under facilities. Yeah, there we go. You just need to place one of them in your in this zone, or it's aligned to surface, but place a couple of them in, or the ones like that, and guests will just come up and interact with it. Yeah, no worries, Ashley. As I say, I'm going to end now anyway. Yeah, the guests will come up and interact with it, so then they'll be able to... Yeah, we'll be able to put seating in here, which will be nice if guests actually do use the seating. I might put seating with covers and allow the covers to be climbed upon. Arctic picnic canopy. Night, Ashley. See you tomorrow when we stream more Planet Zoo, Oblivion, Fortnite, whatever I feel like at the time. But yeah, I'm probably call it a night as well, because it's nearly, yeah, it's getting towards midnight and I've got to be up at 7, so I want to get ready, unwind, go to sleep. But yeah, we are getting there with it. At least we've started mapping it out. It's just going to be details and all the exterior. So I'll probably do the wood forest here first. But yeah, thanks for watching everyone, and I will see you when I stream more Planet Zoo or whatever else. We're probably going to be on Planet Zoo because I'm kind of enjoying it a lot at the moment, and it's getting all those details in, and I'm at work tomorrow, so it's a nice game to play when you get home. It's quite a nice scene, isn't it, when we've got it all set up. It's quite a hike from the main entrance, but you know, it's well worth the climb, I think. But yeah, thanks for watching anyway, and I will see you next time. Good night.